Hello, everyone, and a very good evening once again. I welcome you all here in the exclusive webinar, which we are conducting on communication and the importance of communication for you all. I would like to invite Murthy sir, who is the TEPL placement head, and will be sharing the important views on Virtual Interview Bootcamp 2021. I would now request Murthy sir to go ahead with this PPT and share the important points on the Virtual Interview Bootcamp that we will be starting very soon.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. First, I would like to thank my team, and this is just giving an introduction to virtual interview bootcamp. Why do we require, and what is this objective, and all that. And going forward, also my team and myself definitely we will help you out how you will be successful facing interviews and getting good placements in the coming days. So that is how our team was, how to get placement in 2021. So before that, just I will give a brief introduction about soon how we are going to start virtual interview boot camp. To scale up Tally certified job aspirant for interview successful. Because why do we require it? So most of the students or job seekers, they were confused that three aspects. One is they approach to the placement consultants or institutes, or they apply through job portals, but they don't get any response. Number one. Number two, they are not clear how to prepare for what kind of job, because most of the account related jobs are very vast, so we don't know which profile I'll be fitting to that. We have a lot of confusion here, and I'm applying for jobs on the job portal, be it any job portal. It can be Naukri, it can be Monster or Times Jobs, or any local job portal, but I'm not getting a response. I'm not getting calls from the employers. And how to approach this? There's a lot of a vacuum created in this job market. First and foremost thing is how to prepare for the job, how you all well thoroughly prepared for your academic, be it a graduation, post graduation. You spent valuable of your number of years to get qualified in the knowledge of acquiring in the any space, like it will be accounts or any management or anything. But similarly, to see the success of your academic skills and everything, seriously you need to prepare for the interviews also. Interviews are not just a cakewalk for you. You have to put a lot of efforts. So how smartly you can prepare that? We and myself and my team has done a lot of research, and we have come with a very concrete plan which ensures you to make you to confident to face the interviews, and definitely you will come out with the flying colors in the interviews. That is our objective. So what we have done is 10 hours high quality online orientation workshop we have planned in the coming days. And also we will give you the guarantee for you who are enrolling for this virtual boot camp, three interview opportunities as it states. It's not a guarantee, but interviews I will schedule on behalf of the employees. You will get a call from the employers, and rest is you can face interviews those employers. So every month we are going to start, March month onwards we are going to start this third week on online interview bootcamp commences for all Tally certified job aspirants with minimum registration fees. This fee details you can get from the your respective centers where you have learned the Tally course. And it will be 100% interactive session with assignments and self assessments will be there. Mostly we'll have mock interview sessions in this workshop, and also we'll keep active in WhatsApp group for all registered students. And also we will share interview feedback from the employers where you have attended. For suppose you are not selected, also what is the reason you are not selected. So eligibility criteria is you must be Tally certified before subscription of Tally this virtual job interview. And we prefer commerce graduates as the industry demands for the accounting jobs. And you must be ready to join the company immediately. Definitely you will have a three interview opportunities whoever subscribes for this virtual boot interview camp. So three interview schedule will be in a fortnight cycle every 15 days from completion of virtual boot interview camp. This is not a placement guarantee program. We are enabling you to face and make you more confident to face the interviews. That you need to understand. The phase of selection process in the below manner. 5 days virtual interview boot camp will be done daily 2 hours, and schedule a first interview within 15 days of the date of completion of the interview camp. Once offer letter given by the employer or selected employer, there will be no second opportunity of the interview. If rejected first interview, feedback will be shared on what basis the candidate is being rejected, and therefore we will thoroughly train you how to overcome of those shortcomings, and we will schedule second interview, reschedule in the next 15 days, and so on. Third interview also similarly. Next slide, Jyoti. So the program goes in the first day. We will start warming up again on the concepts of tally and top interview questions, what they will ask. That takes 2 hours first day, and second day 2 hours it will take for mock technical interview and case study. How employers will make you work on the product that we will make. And third day onwards it starts resume preparation, resume presentation, tips how to succeed in interviews and interview preparation. And interview preparation continues. That's your body language, what questions to be asked, basic communication skills. That's how my team now going to start your communication skills. That's the first step you have taken now. The workshop is almost on the communication skills now after this my session, and company research. And we will have final mock interview sessions and feedback and one-on-one interactive sessions also in the fifth day. After that, you will start having scheduling interviews with the concerned employees in your locations. This is our guaranteed program. The durations will be in this morning session you have, afternoon. As per your convenience, you can take 2 hours morning, it will 11:30 to 1:30 or 2 to 3 to 5 p.m. 2 hours. These slots, only the slot you have to book either one slot, either morning or evening. You cannot have combination of these two. Next. Yes. So we have who are eligible for this virtual interview camp. Colleges who are placement is a challenge. Interviews rejections are high. Tallies to centers are this. Scale up placement in the center. Individual students, self-confident professional of selecting their career, and virtual placement with every nominal charges per month, which we are planning it. So very nominal fees it will be there. So that details you will be getting from the centers. You can approach to the centers. Any questions that you can be passed on to that? Now I thank you very much, and I will hand over to Jyoti. So all the best, and hopefully we will meet in the virtual boot camp in the coming month. Thank you very much. Jyoti, over to you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable points to make the people and the students understand what is virtual boot camp and how it is going to benefit them all. Here, further, I would like to request everyone, if you have any questions, you can put that in the chat box. Also, I have sent a question in the chat box, like if you would like to join or subscribe for the virtual boot camp or not. You can just put your willingness with yes or no in the chat box in revert to this answer. Or if you have any question, you can simply put your question also in the chat box, and your queries will be resolved and your queries will be answered here.
So all of you are here for the session on verbal communication and non-verbal communication. So I will be taking the verbal communication part. It is huge. Communication is a huge topic. If you go online, if you go check out videos, there are thousands and thousands of videos. Everyone has a different perspective and different view on communication. So here, basically, we'll start off with what exactly is communication. So thoda gyan banega yahan pe. So please don't mind. And if you do hear some background music at my end, please don't mind, because we are all working from home even now. So let's start off with communication. So I think most of the people here would know कि communication is a channel जहाँ पे एक सेंडर होता है, एक रिसीवर होता है, sender passes on a message to the receiver, and the message is received by the receiver, and he or she gives some kind of feedback back to the sender. So this is a very broad model, how the communication passes on from one person to another. Now this is the image is actually only showing you one person talking to another, but it can be through different modes. So moving on, how communication, basically verbal communication, the effectiveness of communication when any one of us are speaking, any one of us are going for an interview or at workplace, if we have any experience, how someone else looks at you as a receiver when you speak is a big question. So जब आप किसी से बात करते हैं तो ओनली जो वर्ड्स निकलते हैं आपके, जो शब्द निकलते हैं, only 7% of what you're saying is actually taken by the receiver. Sirf 7%. The other things, the receiver will actually see your body movements, your facial expressions, आप कैसे बोल रहे हैं, आपका voice modulation कैसा है, आप कैसे pause करते हैं, your tone, they can make out anger, they can make out happiness, they can make out anxiety, everything through your voice, through your body movements. So words are just a very small percentage of what is actually taken by the receiver. So a huge part of what we communicate is through body movements and the non-verbal, which will be taken further by Malay. So here I will be only covering the words and the voice tone modulation, which is also a part of the verbal communication. So again, a definition to verbal communication, it is basically the use of voice and words. It includes both speaking and writing skills, and it is mainly oral and written. So here we will be covering more on oral. Maybe next session that we have, we will focus more on written communication, more on your resume, more on email etiquette and things like that, which would help you prepare better for the workplace. So I have a small video which will actually show you how there's a conversation between a boss and an employee, and you need to basically focus on the voice modulation, how the boss speaks to the employee, and how someone can become defensive. किसी को अच्छा नहीं लगता है, उनके आवाज से पता चलता है कि वो बहुत ही aggressive या agitated है. आप वो through the video you will get to know. So I'll just play this. So the first scenario was where the boss was speaking to the employee, and the boss had the pressure from the top management that he needed to submit some kind of a sales report by the end of the day. So he is all agitated and anxious, and he's telling the employee that you need to send this, make this report immediately, and I need it by 2:00. Now the employee, with the sound and the voice of the boss, he gets panicked, and he's like, but I already have something else that you asked me to work on. So the boss is like, I don't know anything, but you need to give it to me by 2:00. So here, in the first scenario, the employee is already panicked. The boss is panicked, and here, I mean, with the tone of, we all would have experienced. जब कोई गुस्से में होता है, तो हमें आवाज से ही समझ में आता है. कोई दुखी होता है, तो उनकी शक्ल से समझ में आता है. So whenever we are at a workplace, we need to understand our peers, our managers, the people who work under us, understand them before we communicate anything with them. So that was in the first scenario. In the second scenario, where the boss very calmly asked the employee, do you have something in your hand? Are you free for some time? Can you do my work for me? Because I need to get this done by 2:00. So the employee बहुत ही खुशी बोल देता है कि मेरे पास है कुछ और, but अगर ज़्यादा urgent है तो मैं कर लूँगा. So it is all on how we communicate with each other. right now we might not be working, we only communicate with our friends, with our teachers in classes and things like that. पर जब हम वर्क प्लेस पे जाते हैं, हमें हर एक इंडिविजुअल को अलग से पहचानना पड़ता है, वो उनका बेसिक वो क्या गुजर रहे हैं, हमें एम्पैथी होना है उनके तरफ, then only we will be able to communicate effectively. So this video, maybe I can share a link of it later, and it might help you out in actually understanding. So we will move on to the next slide, where again हम थोड़ा सा ज्ञान बांटेंगे. So verbal communication, it is broadly divided into 4, जहाँ पे first one is intrapersonal. तो हम सब खुद ही खुद मन में हम अपने आप से बात करते रहते हैं. अगर हम कोई प्रेजेंटेशन देने वाले हैं, या क्लास में कुछ प्रोजेक्ट है, या हमें ऑफिस में कुछ प्रेजेंटेशन देना है, तो हम दिमाग में ऑलरेडी सोच के रखे हैं कि भाई मुझे वहां पे जाके क्या बोलना है. So that is intrapersonal communication, where we are talking to ourselves. We would be talking work related, personal related, anything, but that is the communication we are doing within ourselves, so that we can effectively communicate later on with someone else. The second type of communication is interpersonal, where it's a one-on-one communication. ये सबसे ज्यादा इफेक्टिव होता है, क्योंकि हम सामने बैठे हैं किसी के, और हमें कंप्लीट हमें उनका कंप्लीट फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन, उनका बॉडी लैंग्वेज, वो गुस्से में है, खुश है, इनसे कैसे बात करना है, हम सब पहचान पाते हैं. So that is interpersonal. So and you have to, only thing that we need to here focus on is that the words that we communicate to them are relevant, clear, and what we actually want to say to them. So interpersonal communication is the most effective. Next is the small group communication. This is basically in groups, जहाँ पे हम साथ में शायद कॉलेज में प्रोजेक्ट्स करते हैं साथ में in a small team, or office में we have team meetings or board meetings. So here we are in a point of discussion. If there is only one point of discussion, communication is a little easier. But when there are a lot of opinions, different kinds of ideas, and creativity that is coming up, it can get chaotic and it can get extended due to the number of ideas that are coming in. So small group communication is no doubt effective to for innovation and for creation. But when we are trying to pass on information, there can be some kind of miscommunication as well. So all these are work related. All this is used at any workplace. So you need to gauge, you need to decide, you need to improve your communication in different aspects. Even in your mind, when you're talking to one person, how you need to speak, in a small group, how you need to speak. And there would be sessions, or there might be public speaking sessions also, where you might need to present something to the entire organization. They might have some events, or they might have some annual general meetings, and you might need to present to everybody. So there it is a one-way communication for public speaking. तो ये सब हमने कहीं ना कहीं अपने लाइफ में किया ही है, और वर्क प्लेस में जाके वहां पे ज्यादा एम्फेसाइज करना है, राइट? So these are basic. So this is actually a very good video, where they have actually shown how during interviews the interviewee, the candidate who has come in, he changes his voice modulation, he speaks much more confidently, and they have shown what kind of mistakes they make and how they actually need to answer the question at the end. So for this question was the question here the interviewer asked was, tell me a little about me. And this is the wrong video of the candidate. तो यहाँ पे कैंडिडेट अपने बारे में बताने के बदले में वो अपने घर के बारे में, उसके पापा कहाँ काम करते हैं, उसके मम्मी क्या करती है, उसके भाई बहन कहाँ कहाँ है, कितने बच्चे हैं, वो सारी बातें बता रहा होता है. So which is just not what an interviewer wants. एंड वो पर बहुत ही एक्साइटमेंट में बता रहा है, मतलब ही इज वेरी एंथुजियास्टिक अबाउट द इंटरव्यू, ही इज वेरी पॉजिटिव, ही इज वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट इन व्हाट ही इज सेइंग, बट वो जो जवाब दे रहा है, जो वर्ड्स बोल रहा है, वो सब गलत है. सो यहाँ पे इंटरव्यूअर को नहीं जानना है आपके फैमिली के बारे में, वो यहाँ पे मैट्रिमोनियल साइट पे नहीं आया है. He's not come for a proposal. He's come here basically for a job. तो उनको अपने बारे में बताना है. They have to tell about their qualifications, their core competencies, what their strengths are, how they will be beneficial to the organization because of their educational qualifications, their skills, and maybe some kind of experience or some kind of project work that they have done. So you need to focus on yourself when you're talking about, when the question is, tell me something about yourself. Only you, nobody else, right? So that was the first one, that was first slide, that was a video that played. The next one is how would you be an asset to the company? तो यहाँ पे ये बंदा बोलता है कि भाई मुझे तो काम बहुत करना अच्छा लगता है, मैं तो बहुत हार्ड वर्किंग हूँ. एंड दिस इज समथिंग दैट वी हैव आल्सो हर्ड, बिकॉज हम जब जाते हैं जॉब फेयर्स के लिए, हम इंटरव्यूज लेते हैं फॉर आर टैली कस्टमर्स, तब हम बहुत सारे बच्चे यही बोलते हैं कि हम बहुत हार्ड वर्किंग है, हम कर लेंगे मैडम, हमने तो टैली भी खत्म कर लिया, एस भी हमने A+ निकाल के लाए हैं, so we will definitely do it. So but that is not just because you have completed your qualification. I am nowhere able to see that you are hardworking. I am nowhere able to see that you would be good for this organization. So you just saying and that showing that enthusiasm कि हाँ मैं तो कर लूंगा, मैं तो कुछ भी जुगाड़ करके काम कर लूंगा. So that is not what they want. They want to know how you as a person will be effective in their organization, how you as a person would be productive in their organization, and how you would help them out. So we need to focus differently. So few barriers of communication, these are just a few. There are many other things like attitude and physiological barriers and others, but I'm just going to cover a few of them, which is the first one is the emotional barrier. जैसे मैंने कहा था, पहले वाला जो वीडियो प्ले होना था, जहाँ पे सिनारियो था ऑफ द बॉस एंड द एम्प्लॉय, वहां पे द बॉस हैड द प्रेशर फ्रॉम द हायर मैनेजमेंट. तो वो इमोशनली ऑलरेडी एंशियस हो गए थे, ऑलरेडी टेंशन में आ गए थे कि ही वाज पुटिंग इट आउट ऑन द एम्प्लॉय. He was already agitated and he needed to get the work done as soon as possible. So that affected the entire communication between the two of them. तो हमें वही, अगर हमारा माइंड क्लियर नहीं है और हम सेट नहीं है इंटरव्यू के लिए, थोड़ा सा टेक अ फ्यू ब्रेथ्स, थोड़े से रिलैक्स होके फिर हमें जाना है. We cannot mess it up because we have something in the past or something in the future is going to affect our mind. We need to clear out our thoughts before we go and step into an interview room, or if we are going into any meeting. The next is physical barrier, like what we just had, which was the issue of the internet, things like that. Then over a phone call, there might be a connection problem. So all physical barriers are the surrounding that affects maybe some kind of noise or echoes that are happening, which can affect communication. Third is cultural barrier. So India being such a vast and diverse state, यहाँ पे मुंबई में तो हम ऐसे तू करके बात कर लेते हैं, पर somebody in the north उनके लिए बहुत ही ऑफेंसिव हो जाता है. वहाँ पे कोई तू नहीं बोलता है, सब आप बोलते हैं, सब बहुत ही रिस्पेक्ट से बात करते हैं. बट यहाँ पे the culture is completely different, so that can affect the communication. अगर मैं आप बोल दूं कि तू कहाँ जा रहा है, so you might think यार ये कैसे स्पीकर है, कैसे मैडम है, ऐसे बात करते हैं, उनको थोड़ा सा भी रिस्पेक्ट नहीं है, क्या सेशन ले रहे हैं करके. So that is something that affects our communication. Semantic. The next one is semantic barrier, which actually means the meaning. कि हमें एक्चुअली मैं कुछ बोल रही हूँ और मे बी आई यूज सम काइंड ऑफ टर्मिनोलॉजी विच आपको नहीं समझे. कुछ वर्ड यूज करती हूँ जो आपको समझे नहीं बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव नॉलेज अबाउट इट. तो दैट इज कॉल्ड सेमेंटिक बैरियर विच कैन इफेक्ट योर इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ एनी काइंड्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. Right? So these are few barriers that we have. So how can you as a person improve your verbal communication as a speaker and as a listener? As a speaker, you need to relax because अभी even right now I feel I need to relax because मैं बहुत घाई में बात कर रही हूँ क्योंकि मुझे पता है इसके बाद मलय को बात करना है तो मुझे जल्द से जल्द खत्म करना है. Then we need to avoid fillers like हाँ oh so हम बहुत बार ऐसे बोलते रहते हैं because we don't know what the next few words have to be. तो हम सोच के बोलते हैं. So we should try to avoid those fillers. It shows confidence in our verbal communication. Speak at a moderate pace, just not like what I'm doing right now because I am trying to finish it off as soon as possible. Speak clearly, confidently, use simple, relevant content, relevant words, which will make sense for the receiver. And the most important is understand the audience. आपको जानना है कि हम अगर बच्चे से बात कर रहे हैं तो कैसे बात करना है, अगर हम सेंटर से बात कर रहे हैं, हम अपने बॉस से बात कर रहे हैं तो हमें कैसे बात करना है. ऑडियंस को समझे, उसके हिसाब से आपको अपना you need to speak. Okay, next is as a listener. When you're listening, it affects you. Can be only a good listener if you receive the message right from the speaker. So while you're listening, don't fidget because it distracts your mind and you will not actually get the message as it's supposed to be. Don't start a side conversation. अगर आपके बाजू में कोई बैठा है और आप उनसे बात करने बैठ जाते हैं तो that will affect again your communication. Before you ask any questions, let the speaker finish and then you ask questions. Maintain eye contact and nod your head ताकि speaker को भी पता चले कि yes, you are understanding and you are interested. And in case you have a less grasping power, make notes. Make notes because that really helps.
Wait, Divya, there is one question that a student has asked, I guess. So if you could just answer that.
Yep.
So the question is that what would be the correct way to answer the question that how will you be an asset to the company? If just saying that we are hardworking is wrong, so what can be the right word that they can use instead of hardworking when they are asking about that how the student can be an asset to the company?
Okay, when they're asking how you can be an asset, they actually want to know your strengths. So before you go to an interview, आप अपना resume देखिए, उसमें strengths आपने कहीं ना कहीं लिखा होगा, आपने कुछ हटके अपने life में किया होगा, आपने कुछ you might not be very very highly performing और आप topper नहीं रहे होंगे स्कूल में, पर आपने कुछ टीम में काम किया होगा. It can be you had these annual events and you were volunteering in those events, or you did some group projects and project में आपको कुछ feedback मिला जो बहुत अच्छा था. You have to talk about your strengths, how you can work in a team, how you have seen that company grow and you want to grow with that company. You need to do research about the organization and accordingly speak about your strengths. So your strengths is what they want to know. तो आप थोड़ा अपना होमवर्क कीजिए, अपना रेज्यूमे क्लियर रखिए क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग मतलब अपने रेज्यूमे में बस अपना पर्सनल डिटेल, नंबर, कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर, एड्रेस डाल के छोड़ देते हैं. वहां पे आप वेरी क्लियरली यू हैव टू मेंशन व्हाट यू आर गुड एट, नॉट ओनली योर क्वालिफिकेशंस. So assess your strengths before you go to an organization and hardworking team playing is not the answer. You need to give them examples. उनके पीछे एक स्टोरी होना चाहिए. वर्क रिलेटेड शायद आप बोल सकते हो कि मैंने टैली किया है या मेरे टेक्निकल स्किल्स तो आपको दिख ही रहे हैं रेज्यूमे में. So I already have those strengths. Other than that, personally, I have been part of teams, or I have been part of the cricket team or the event management team in my college, and I think I can definitely fit into your organization. So we need to focus on our strengths and
Jyoti, can I answer for this? What was the question? Apart from hardworking, right?
Sir, the question was, when Divya was explaining that how, if a company asks that how you can be an asset to the organization or to the company. So only hardworking is not the only answer that the candidate can give, because there are a
Yes,
lot of other things that the
I
candidate can
agree
share.
with this. Hardworking is very standard and simple, which cannot be gauged. There are 3 Ds which I can say whenever this question comes across, any company may ask, bigger companies or smaller companies. There are 3 Ds: determination, right? Determination, discipline, and what you call the dedication. These are three are important for any employee to become an asset. How do justification for dedication and determination and discipline? How I can dedicate my work? I should have a passionate to my work. If I have a passion, I do better or more on that. And also discipline. Discipline in sense I have to accomplish the task on time. Whatever the deadlines are being fixed by the management, I have to accomplish that. That's called a discipline, right? And the third one is the dedication, determination. Sorry, dedication I've already told. Determination, same thing. It comes if I fulfill the responsibilities what is being given to me. That definitely, see, you no need to be generating or part and parcel of the revenues and all that. Whatever the work is being given to you, you have to discharge 100% to that. This is what you need to remember: 3 Ds: determination, dedication, and discipline. Apart from your hard work, hard work is a generic, so don't say hard work. Okay, thank you.
I think we have another question also can't we mention our qualities like creative, empathy, or integrity regarding the same question? So, Divya,
Zarur, I think we should mention things like this, but give examples about how you have been creative, how you show empathy, and how you show integrity. If you have some story behind it to prove that yes, you are creative, you have done things differently, definitely use it as your strength.
Okay, and Himanshi Saxena has asked a very wonderful question: that how should we create good impression on the first day of job?
I think usme to she will get to know through one of our quiz questions also. But yes, on the first day, we need to try to understand the organization. The HR will help you out with what all duties you need to do. What all they might only give you some documents to read on or to understand the organization, how their processes are. So you need to be enthusiastic, show how interested you're with the organization, try to connect with people personally as well as a little professionally, because they are definitely there to help you out. So have a smile on your face, take in the most that you can get on the first day, help them out, help them you just need to flow along with the process, and it works.
And one more question from Sejal is, what should they answer when their weakness are asked about? Like, what are their weakness? So what can be right answer if in the interview?
Okay, so weakness is like, for example, अगर आपका कोई weakness है जहाँ आप बोलते हो कि मैं public speaking नहीं कर सकती हूँ, I fear a little of public speaking, but that is something that you are admitting to, but you're also saying that I have a fear of public speaking, but I have taken part in my college and I keep trying to attempt to do some kind of public speaking events, or I'm taking up a course on public speaking, or I'm improving my technical skills. I'm not very strong technically, so I'm improving my technical skills. So that is not the end. आप उस पे काम कर रहे हैं, you're still working on your weaknesses, is a very, very positive point for the interviewer.
Thank you so much, Divya, for giving us a lot of information and knowledge about the verbal communication. Now, I would like to request Malay Sarkar for sharing his tips and sharing some information on non-verbal communication. Malay, are you there?
I would like to thank Divya also for her beautiful speech on verbal communication. And as Divya mentioned in her second slide, that at least 55% communication is related with non-verbal communication. Okay, non-verbal communication means kinesics and proxemics uh, that I will explain in the forthcoming slides. So, what is non-verbal communication? Definitely, non-verbal communication, as the name suggests, it is non-verbal, means without using any word. Okay, it basically refers to two things. One is kinesics, and second one is proxemics. Kinesics means all the gesture, facial expression, body language. This comes under kinesics, and proxemics means our physical distance between the communicator. Okay, so I will explain one by one. Okay, so what is gesture? Gesture means how we extend our hands, or how we show some kind of क्या बोल सकते हैं इसको, जैसे for example, if I show a thumb, okay, so that will also communicate a message. It will also convey a message that it is okay, isn't it? So this kind of thing is known as gesture. Okay, and definitely, as Divya mentioned in one of her speech, that a happy face always works. Like if you are in an interview and the interviewer asks you, tell me something about yourself, and you are saying that my name is blah, and I have done this certification, I have my academics are this and that, but with a pale face, the interviewer will never take interest in you. Okay, on the other hand, if you have a happy face, if you show enthusiast in your work, if you take interest, then definitely the interviewer will also show some interest in you, and will listen to you as well. Okay, and moving to the next part is tone of voice. Means when you are answering to a question, your voice modulation is also very much important. जब आप कुछ बोल रहे हो, कुछ एक जगह पर आपको ज्यादा स्ट्रेस करना है, और कुछ जगह पर आपको धीरे से बोलना है कुछ चीजें, ठीक है? तो ये जो अप डाउन होता रहता है, इसको टोन ऑफ वॉइस बोलते हैं, और ये बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है व्हाइल कम्युनिकेटिंग विद एनी पीपल. ओके, एंड डेफिनेटली आई कांटेक्ट. आप अगर किसी से बात कर रहे हो और अगर आई कांटेक्ट नहीं हो रहा है, it signals that you might not be in interest talking with him or her, or you might be shy, or you might be hiding something. Okay, so it may convey a wrong message to the receiver. Okay, so eye contact is something which is very important in communication. Okay, and all those things comes under body language. Okay, means from your hair to your toe. Okay, you actually talk with your body. Okay, as the second slide of Divya said, that only 7% of your vocal is actually take part in a communication, whereas at least 55% of non-verbal part is taken in communication. Okay, so what you are saying means it is more important that what you are showing rather what you are saying. Okay, now it is very critical that you can't see yourself when you are talking to a person. Okay, so it is important that you practice it when you are actually preparing yourself for interview. Okay, you can stand before a mirror and can practice this thing. You can go through Google, or you may check some videos over YouTube, or you may take help from your faculty, or you may check some magazines, and accordingly you can make changes in your body language. You have to practice it. It is not like that you listen to this webinar and immediately you will get correct body language. It is not like that. Okay, you have to practice. Okay. Similarly, you must have a good posture. Where posture means what? How you stand or how you sit. Okay. For example, suppose you are giving an interview and you are leaning back. You are sitting on a chair and you are leaning back. It actually defines that you are not at all interested in the interview. Okay, so please don't do that. Correct your posture, sit properly, sit so that the interviewer get to know that you are interested in the interviewer. So you have to lean forward. So moving to the next slide. When I have some communication barrier here, there is little network issues. My slide is, I don't know why. Okay, so what is the benefit of non-verbal communication? Sometimes it happens that we listen to someone and we are in a dilemma that whether it is correct or not. I will explain with some example. For example, you are talking with your friend and your friend is saying, yes, I am okay, I am enjoying myself. Okay, मैं बहुत अच्छा हूँ, खुश हूँ. But अगर आप आमने सामने देखते हो, अगर उसका फेस को देखते हो, तो maybe you will feel that he or she is not that much happy what he is saying. ओके तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि आप जो बोल रहे हो उससे ज्यादा बात लेकिन आपका चेहरा बोल जाता है ना. तो देयर मस्ट बी अ कोऑर्डिनेशन बिटवीन योर फेस एंड मींस योर बॉडी लैंग्वेज एंड व्हाट एवर यू आर सेइंग टू अ पर्सन. सो अगर ये नहीं रहा तो it might convey a wrong message to the receiver. Okay. Next is reinforce or modify what is said in word. For example, suppose one of your friend got married. Okay, and as a friend you are also very happy. So you are just saying that you are happy, but if you want to really mean it, you can actually express through your facial expression or some kind of gesture along with whatever you are saying. So your gesture or your kinesics will reinforce what you are saying in the words. Okay. So you can also define or reinforce the relationship between people. ओके हम लोग बहुत बार होता है ना किसी का लेग पुल करते हैं तो वो भी हम लोग थ्रू कर सकते हैं थ्रू काइनेसिक्स. वो भी एक तरह का कम्युनिकेशन है. ओके इवन वी कैन गिव फीडबैक विदाउट सेइंग अ वर्ड. ओके मुझे मान लो तुम्हारा कोई इंटरव्यू हुआ है, तुम बाहर आते हो इंटरव्यू हॉल से, ठीक है, तुम्हारा जेस्चर से ही तुम मान लो तुम इफ यू lean your shoulder back and forth, it defines that maybe the interview is not that well. But if you show a thumbs up, then it defines that your interview went really well. Okay, so these are the some example through which you can actually give feedback to other people. Okay, regulate the flow of communication. So the tone of voice or the pitch, it actually regulates the flow of voice, and it makes more understandable. Whatever you are saying will become much more understandable by using a proper pitch of voice. Okay. So let's check what are the things that influences non-verbal communication, like culture, age, gender, geographical location. Okay, these all influence non-verbal communication, as Divya said in one of her example that मुंबई में तो हम लोग कुछ भी तुम बोल सकते हैं, या लेकिन बाहर में आप बोलना पड़ता है. सिमिलरली वो तो वर्बल हो गया, नॉन वर्बल में भी कल्चर को जानना पड़ता है. ओके, इफ यू फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू शो दिस जेस्चर, व्हाट डज इट मीन? ज्योति, क्या मैं यहाँ पर कुछ कैंडिडेट्स का आंसर ले सकता हूँ? आई वुड लाइक टू I would like to ask them that what does this particular gesture mean?
You guys can put your answers in the chat box. कि ये जो जेस्चर है यहाँ पे, जो ये आपको दिख रहा होगा पीपीटी में, जो ये अलग से एक फिंगर्स का और एक नॉट बना के एक जेस्चर है, इसका क्या मतलब है? आपको इससे क्या समझ में आता है? ऑल्सो अगर कोई अपना वीडियो ऑन करके आंसर देना चाहता है, अपना वीडियो ऑन भी कर सकता है. अगर कोई बोलना चाहता है डायरेक्टली, लाइक इन इंग्लिश और हिंदी लैंग्वेज बोलना चाहता है, या अपना वीडियो ऑन करके भी आंसर देना चाहता है, इज ओके. रेज योर हैंड्स फॉर दैट, सो दैट हम आपको अनम्यूट कर देंगे. पुट इन दी आंसर बॉक्स की अनम्यूट कर दीजिए, आपको अनम्यूट कर देंगे एंड आप अपना वीडियो और ऑडियो शेयर कर सकते हैं हमारे साथ. Okay, so we got answers: wonderful, good, excellent, perfect, nice, good, beautiful, superb.
Yeah. So it simply means okay or good, isn't it? But I would like to take a classic example of US President Nixon when he went to Brazil in the year 1950. He was quite excited, and seeing the people who came to receive him, and he gestured this particular thing. And do you know what happened? उनको बहुत गाली पड़ी थी, क्योंकि ये जेस्चर ब्राजील में बहुत रूड माना जाता है. मोस्ट ऑफ द वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज, और जहां पर वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज का बहुत ज्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस है, या ज्यादातर कल्चर में इसको ओके माना जाता है ना. बट इन सम कल्चर्स इट इज एक्चुअली known as rude behavior. And in Japan it is actually meaning of currency or money. मतलब आप किसी से पैसे मांगते हो, यहाँ पर what we happen, we used to rub our index finger and thumb finger to ask for money or cash. In Japan they used to do this gesture to ask for cash. Okay, so culture is one thing which also influence non-verbal communication. So please be aware before going to a new state or new country. You must know the culture properly, otherwise there will be a miss. Okay, so moving to the next thing, that is put things into context. For example, मान लो आपसे कोई डायरेक्शन पूछ रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मान लो कोई आपका दिल्ली एनसीआर में है. अब दिल्ली एनसीआर एक ऐसा जगह है जहां से बहुत सारा स्टेट एक साथ कनेक्टेड है. अब मान लो कोई वहां पर जाके किसी एक पर्सन को पूछता है कि वेयर कैन आई फाइंड अ बस फॉर राजस्थान. सो सिंपली अ पर्सन कैन शो हिज फिंगर, वो दिखा सकता है, डायरेक्ट कर सकता है यूजिंग अ फिंगर, इंडेक्स फिंगर, है ना. तो इस तरह से सिंपली विदाउट सेइंग single word, one can actually communicate with other person who is looking for a bus for Rajasthan, isn't it? तो बस स्टॉप को दिखा सकते इस तरह से. Whereas कभी कभी मान लो अगर किसी कारण से फॉर एनी रीजन अगर कोई किसी पर्सन को फिंगर पॉइंट करता है, इट विल it can be taken as a rude behavior in most of the cultures, है ना. और इससे तो मारपीट हो जाता है इंडिया में, है ना. तो ऑब्वियसली वी मस्ट नो व्हाट इज द कॉन्टेक्स्ट. नेक्स्ट थिंग, कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि ओनली अ सिंगल सिग्नल और ओनली सिंगल पार्ट ऑफ आवर बॉडी will not convey the whole message. Okay, for that we have to look for a combination of signal. For example, अगर मैं इसको देखता हूँ, क्या बोलोगे? Can I again take few answers? What is the meaning of this gesture? Jyoti, can I please take some more answers?
Yes, of course. So we have got a relax, attitude, and arrogance, firm,
so I guess there is mixed response.
rude, confident, got mixed overconfidence, nothing to do with that negative approach, and then again attitude, disinterested, not so interested, contracting on, concentrating on something, keen to know something. So a mix of answers.
Mixed of answers as expected. However, if we see, if we notice, most of the answers are negative, isn't it? Means most of the answers are like arrogance, negative attitude, this kind of thing, isn't it? But if we consider as a whole, the answers are mixed answers. Somebody told positive, some told negative. However, in real scenario, this is actually a partial signal. Okay, this is the full signal. Okay, when we mix this crossed arm signal with a facial expression, it actually expresses the or convey the whole message. Okay, definitely this little girl is very angry and is not agree with whatever other person is saying, isn't it? Now look at this girl. She has also crossed her arms, but is she looking arrogant or angry or disagree with anyone? I guess no, isn't it? So sometimes we have to look for the mix of signals. Okay, otherwise it is a chance that you may get a partial message or a wrong message. Okay. Now, because you are going for an interview very soon, so you must know what interviewers actually looking in you. Okay, in terms of non-verbal cues. Okay, what they actually look for. They check your face whether you are smiling. Obviously, ऐसा smile मत करो कि कोई पागल समझे. Obviously, there must be a balance. Okay, eye contact. या आप आई कांटेक्ट करके बात कर रहे हो या फिर आपका आंख इधर उधर घूम रहा है, मतलब आप कहीं पर इंटरव्यू देने जाते हो और उसका बिल्डिंग को आप देख रहे हो, बाहर देख रहे हो, हर चीज को आप देख रहे हो विदाउट बस जो नहीं कर रहे वो है आई कांटेक्ट विद द इंटरव्यूअर. ओके, तो दैट विल क्रिएट अ बैड इंप्रेशन. ओके, आपका जेस्चर्स क्या है? हैंड सिग्नल्स क्या है उसको भी आप देखते हैं। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल जब आप जाके बैठते हो, मीन्स आपको बुलाया जाता है इंटरव्यू के लिए, आपको एक सीट ऑफर किया जाता है, आप वहां पर जाके कैसे बैठते हो, आप हाथ को कैसे रखते हो, क्या आप पीछे लीन करके बैठते हो, हाथ को पीछे रखते हो, सामने रखते हो, हाथ को क्रॉस करके रखते हो, या हाथ को आप यू आर मेकिंग अ वी शेप, ये दिस ऑल थिंग्स मैटर्स कि आप किस तरह का जेस्चर लेके बैठते हो, ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, ठीक है। However, when you are sitting, it is a posture, your all over body structure is a posture, but along with that, how your hand movements are doing, it is also important. ओके तो आप कैसे बैठते हो, सीधा बैठते हो, यू आर लीनिंग फॉरवर्ड और लीनिंग बैकवर्ड, और आप टेढ़ा होकर बैठते हो, दिस ऑल काउंट्स। हेड पोजीशन, ओके आपका हेड पोजीशन भी मीन्स इफ यू sit straight, okay, and if your neck is also straight, okay, तो आपका हेड पोजीशन एकदम सही रहता है, और इट विल हेल्प यू मेक बेटर आई कॉन्टैक्ट ऑल्सो, ओके। नेक्स्ट प्रॉक्सिमिटी। प्रॉक्सिमिटी क्या होता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल जैसे मान लो कि आप, पहले मैं बता चुका हूं कि प्रॉक्सिमिटी मीन्स द फिजिकल डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द कम्युनिकेटर, ओके। अब मान लो तुम्हारे दोस्त के साथ कोई सेल्फी ले रहे हो, ऑब्वियसली देयर विल बी अ क्लोज प्रॉक्सिमिटी, ये एक सिनेरियो हो गया। बट कहीं पर दूसरा एक सिनेरियो है जहां पर आप क्लोज प्रॉक्सिमिटी में नहीं जा सकते, दिस इज अ बैरियर, ठीक है। जहां पर अगर आप क्लोज प्रॉक्सिमिटी में जाते हैं तो उसमें इट विल कन्वे अ डिफरेंट मैसेज, इट माइट कन्वे अ रॉन्ग मैसेज टू द रिसीवर, ओके। सो फिजिकल प्रॉक्सिमिटी इज ऑल्सो वेरी मच इम्पोर्टेंट, और इसको भी कम्युनिकेशन में रिसीवर बहुत ज्यादा चेक करता है। फीट एंड लेग्स, आपका फीट और पैरों का आपका पोजीशन क्या है, आप कैसे बैठे हुए, आपका पैर कैसे रखा हुआ है, वो भी आपका नॉन वर्बल यूज में आता है। और ये सारा का सारा चीज आप बिना जाने शोकेस करते हो, और जो रिसीवर है वो बिना चाहे ही देख लेता है, उसको इसके लिए एक्स्ट्रा मेहनत नहीं करना होता, या फिर उसको ट्रेनिंग नहीं लेना होता है। वी आर एक्चुअली एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग, हम लोग ये सब चीज ऑटोमेटिकली कर लेते हैं, एंड सिमिलरली द इंटरव्यूअर विल आल्सो डू, ओके, एज बिकॉज दीज आर ऑल आर यूनिवर्सल थिंग्स, ओके। तो मैंने जो कुछ भी ज्ञान अभी तक दिया है उसको समरी करके एक वीडियो है, लेट्स सी इफ द ऑडियो इज ओके और नॉट। So the audio was audible. I've just paused it. Was the audio?
I think there's still a problem. Try playing it. Yes, it is not audible actually. So maybe we can share these videos them directly. I mean, to all the audience, we'll share these videos directly.
See, as my topic is non-verbal, okay, it is better to not to hear the video, rather to see what the person is wants to demonstrate. Okay, just focus on the demonstration. Okay, here the lecture or whatever he is saying, the speech is not necessary, as because we are talking about non-verbal. Okay, so I'll actually muting this. No issue with that. You can concentrate on whatever things you can see. Oh shit, now there is problem with network also. It is being stuck. See, I will explain, okay, along with him. Okay, just see him and listen to me. So first, you have to adopt an good posture. Okay, so this is not a good posture. Definitely, is leaning back and so what you have to do, you have to keep your body open and you have to lean forward. Okay, appear calm and relaxed. Now, not that much relaxed, or you should not touch your buttons or cuffs often. Okay, you have to be just keep yourself calm. Use the right hand gestures. Keep your palm upwards. See, this rubbing means crossing all those fingers. One thing I would like to say here, the hand movements. Okay, so in this posture, what happens when you say something by touching or resting your hand on the heart? That means you are actually saying that whatever you are saying is a truth. Means it signifies whatever you are saying is a truth. Like, or you believe in what you are saying. For example, we have seen multiple times that whenever a national anthem being played in a ground or in a stadium where an international match is being taken place, players often touch their heart or often place their hand on their chest. Okay, that means it shows their belief. Okay, so this is a good posture and to showcase that whatever you are saying, actually you believe, you can actually uh, convey this message by this particular gesture. Defines that you are nervous. Okay, so please, even we have seen students doing this in their interview session, but please do not do this in front of interviewer because this signifies that you are in stress. Mirror the interviewer. Mirror the interviewer means you check with the interviewer his hand gestures and rate of speech, all these things, and accordingly adjust yourself. I'm really very sorry due to technical errors. These things, the audio is not getting conveyed to you. However, I'm trying my best to convey whatever he is telling. Get your eye contact right. This is very much important while interacting with an interviewer. Now, he has just mentioned panel discussion. That means suppose many people are taking your interview. Means there are panel members who are actually taking your interview. So please note that during such case, you must not gaze your eye from left to right. Okay, you have to make a proper eye contact with the person you are talking to. It might happen there are five people, but only a single person is talking to you at a particular given time. That particular given time, you should make eye contact with that person only, not with everyone. Okay, but when you are greeting, or when you are switching from one person to another, then you should make eye contact with that person. Okay, uh, that means one by one you can make contact with each and everyone in the panel members while giving an interview with a panel of with the panel members. Okay. Now, he just mentioned about line signals. What is line signals? Line signals means you intentionally saying something wrong. You are intentionally lying, but you know what happens. Your body won't lie. Your body will always tell the truth. Okay, so if your body is not coordinating with what you are saying, then interviewer will definitely catch. Okay, and they will catch that you are telling a lie. Okay, so it is better not to lie and especially work on your uh, body language. So these are the things what he is demonstrating right now signifies that you are trying to tell some lie. Now, how to make a shake hand with the interviewers? That should be firm, okay, not loose, not very tight. Okay, it should be firm. Okay, and it should not. It is not like that you permanently hold the interviewer's hand. Okay, after a certain period of time, you have to release your hand. For that, you can apply 2-second rule. Okay, so that's it for my side, guys. Sorry for the technical issue during the video. Jyoti, I'm
Yes,
done
Malay.
with my session.
Yes, thank you so much, Malay. I have just one question from the audience. If you can just answer that fast. That so Priya wants to know that when I talk, I move my head, and this is a bad habit. And will it affect her interview if she'll move her head during her interview?
I'm astonished that to hear that the candidate is already know that it is a bad habit, but not yet rectified it. If you already know that is a bad habit, and I guess you believe it is a bad habit, then you must work on this. You must do some practice in front of mirror, or as I suggested, you can go through various videos or some magazines how to overcome with this problem, and because it will definitely affect your interview. Okay. Any more questions, Jyoti?
So,